Bro, I swear China is evolving way too fast. I opened Douyin the other night thinking that I'd watch, some guy making some hot pot or even like a cat sleeping. And suddenly, I see this.
啊嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟，欢迎进来的朋友来到我的直播间。
就是绿泡泡，绿泡泡总不能打扰了吧？绿泡泡就是如果你嫌我们烦，一直给你发消息。
啊嘟啊嘟嘟嘟嘟嘟，欢迎进来的朋友，这里啥车咱都有，8800元。
Like, you know how normal car dealerships look? Quiet, boring, fluorescent lighting that makes you want to fall asleep. Now imagine that, but full of ring lights. Girls in miniskirts bending over SUVs. Dudes in comments typing, "Sister, if you shake it again, I'll place an order immediately." Welcome to China's car sales live stream disaster. A place where car sales plus thirst traps and desperation combine all together. Interesting tactic. Okay, so they weren't fence-folding. Okay, so how did this even start? Well, car sales in China have been dying. Competition is crazy. Nobody is visiting showrooms anymore. And then dealers finally realized that, bro, if nobody walks in, I literally sell nothing. So they did the most logical thing in 2025. They started a live stream.
主播，你不是那个滚开，是吧？我记你还在后面，你知道吗？你别玩走，哎呀，死爸爸！
Imagine walking into a dealership just looking to buy a car, and that's the first thing you see a salesman doing. If you can make money selling durian, fake bape, socks on Douyin live streams, then why not try a 200,000 RMB SUV?
直播间当什么了？我是你们的电子宠物啊！你这是说的是车吗？你说的是什么呀？这台白色的是进口的，刚刚到店的路虎车，进口不卫生。你们这群老六，不是这个进口不干净，什么的。咦？
In Jiangmen alone, car dealerships ran 3,000 live streams in just a few months. Like the entire city just turned every dealership showroom into a live stream battle station. See, at first they tried the wholesome route. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I'd like to introduce this car to you. This is the engine. Here's the discount. This is how much horsepower it makes. You know, very PowerPoint presentation energy. Of course, viewers stayed for maybe like 10 seconds, then just swiped away to, watch the next guy eating hot pot alone. Then somebody had the absolute genius idea. What if the person introducing the car is a really pretty saleswoman? And that's where things take a turn for the worse.
不仅对汽车驾驶进行了错误引导，行为还涉嫌
Not
色
sure
情
what
引诱
kind
观
of
众。
tactic
有
that
网友
is
表
to
示，
really
这个展
showcase
车
the
装来售卖时
transmission,
会消
but
毒吗？你对沃尔沃汽
期优惠多少？看你要送 Pro 还是要送 L， 都有优惠啊！看你分期分多少。
notice how the camera is positioned in exactly where the viewers want it to be positioned.
你们没有点关注的可以点点我们左上角关注。
I wonder what everybody's focusing on. Innovation, am I right? Like, bro, some of these dealerships look like they've hired nightclub dancers instead of actual sales reps. Because you've got girls in tight miniskirts, 12-inch heels, stockings, and their car introduction is literally, this SUV has 180 horsepower, but my waist can twist 360 degrees. Like, bro, I'm trying to understand the torque. Why am I getting a whole ass flexibility demo? Now, one live stream from a G-Tor auto dealership featured a girl named Bing Bing in a super short skirt. She bends over to grab the handrail, and the camera, just accidentally just stays directly under her. Not moving, not flinching at all, just completely locked in and targeted. And come on, the camera guy, he knows exactly what he's doing. And the comments are wild. I'll place my order if the streamer bends down again. Sister, I may not have money, but I have a heart. Looking at cars? Who comes here to look at cars? The G-Tor dealership later tried to claim that it was an accident. But bro, come on, be for real. Nothing about that angle was an accident. It was clearly a calculated strategy. Like, you can imagine the boss in the back be like, why does our revenue depend on her bending over the center console? At this point, their dress is so short to the point where even if they sneeze once, HR is gonna have to file a report. And one time, one of their pants suddenly fell down during a broadcast. Happens to the best of us. Now, one of the Volkswagen 4S stores located in Sichuan had a host named Xiao Qi, and she started her morning stream with about 1,000 viewers. Now, this was before 10 a.m., so it was early in the morning. But you know, her skill set was crazy. She had the cute Japanese girl voice, the seductive sister vibe, and she could switch accents like flipping channels on a TV station. She would say things like, 45,000 likes and I'll perform a talent show. Want Japanese? Want Beijing dialect? Type 1. And the chat was literally just smashing numbers like they were doing an exam. Because the likes were jumping from like 20,000 to 30,000, all the way to 45,000 in literally minutes. Then she starts dancing, you know? And, you know, the whole comment section goes full primal instinct. Sister doing the splits. Spin around. I'm reporting you. But I'll give you a thumbs up first. But the best part, she kept pointing at the bottom right corner at a colorful windmill. Kids, click the colorful windmill at the bottom right corner to check for prices in your area. Because that little colorful windmill, that's where the real money is. Every click is a lead generated, the salesperson calls you, and a potential deal is made. Which causes all these dealerships to be stuck in that click the windmill kind of economy. So yeah, she's farming likes and your attention, but she's also farming your phone number. Absolute genius. Chinese capitalism at its final stage. Now to be fair, not all car live streams are just thirst traps. She has to be the one that's being paid the most here, right?
这是一台宝马的528，经济行驶了。哥哥，上车！奥迪 A6 带你飞，带你报答美人归。嘿，上车！升级了全包脚垫双拼座椅，一个家。想要爱情更甜蜜，买台 Q 吧。
This might be the best sales tactic I've ever seen. There are actually some legit good ones. You just don't see them because the algorithm has a thigh and leg addiction. Chen Lian, a BMW dealership host, doesn't bend over for a sale. She doesn't do these weird angles and dances for a sale. Instead, she actually does study the car models, the details. Her style is more like, I'm your friend who knows, you know, everything about cars, and I'm not your virtual girlfriend. She said, if the host can explain things clearly and make things fun, people will stay even without all the like content. But if we're being real, professionalism and short mini skirts, we know which one the algorithm will pick. And you know, Douyin caught on to this and, you know, finally said, enough is enough. They clearly looked at it and went, bro, this is not car sales. At this point, the car is just the prop and then the actual saleswoman is the product. So Douyin finally snapped and dropped the hammer. 2,632 accounts punished, 582 live stream permissions completely removed, and then 24 accounts got permanently banned. The top 3 major G-Tour dealerships pretty much got nuked instantly. WeChat also took action and banned around 2,000 live streams. But you know, imagine being that dealership manager. You work 10 years learning about engines, financial plans, after sales care, only to get banned because your employee did a squat. So one of the streamers, you know, they attempted to actually sell one of the cars and show the trunk feature.
可以看得到啊，其实主播我们这个声音的话是非常那个安静的。
That's... Well, the trunk does clearly work. So why do people even watch this? Let's be honest. Car dealers are desperate. The sales drop so badly that they're just one step away from doing door-to-door car sales. Number 2, you know, a guy explaining an engine, 30 views. A girl in stockings doing a dance in front of a car, 300,000 views. Number 3, they're not here to compare horsepower. They're just here to watch a saleswoman crawl and dance around a car. These guys are not comparing fuel economy. Most of them are either bored, emotionally damaged, and they're not there to ask, excuse me, what's the fuel economy on this engine? No. Instead, 姐姐, I can't afford the car, but I can afford a parasocial relationship with you. It's just that fake intimacy from the hostess and then the fake buying intent from the viewers.
你们其他人来我中间干嘛？还喂龙赖条，我都懒得说你。未来车主，你来联盟，你未来车主，你来我们比亚迪海。
I'm going in for a test drive. So yeah, that's how Chinese car dealerships went from, hello sir, would you like to finance? To, hello dear, 30,000 likes and I'll show you the trunk space. But with a little dance too. And some dealerships are slowly realizing that maybe long-term trust is better than short-term attention. But other dealerships are in the corner like, numbers are dropping. We can't reach our quota this month. Quick, tell the saleswoman to start dancing again. And, you know, somewhere in the comments, there's always that one guy. I came to watch the car, but I stayed for the educational material. Me too, bro. Me too.